I'm at the beautiful and quiet Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales. So today we're looking down or up the river. This is the Evans River and it runs right through the middle of the township of Evans Head. As you can see, the water is very dirty here, and that's because this is a tea tree river. Up past the bridge, straight in the middle of your screen, it's all tea tree up there, so that's what's making the water the colour that it is. So this is Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales. Straight across there where the Norfolk pines are, that's the caravan park, and that caravan park runs right through and all the way to the surf club. So it's a very big caravan park here in the school holidays, all school holidays. So it's a beautiful spot here, nice and quiet. This creek is, or this river is so clean when the tides come in, and there's families here all the time just enjoying themselves. Move down out of the oysters. So again, I'm looking straight up the Evans River. Got some nice houses up there on the top, and we'll look all the way around. All these shellfish on the rocks are called oysters, in case you didn't know, and looks like a lot of them have been opened, so all the oysters now will be down a little bit lower in the water. As you can see, it's low tide here, how far out in the water I'm standing. So that's looking out to the mouth of the river, and here's all your oysters on the rocks. So again, it's a beautiful little spot around here, very, very quiet. So what we're going to do today is we're going to just walk along the river, and then we'll pop out on the south wall of the Evans River, and we'll walk along the breakwall and see if we can see any whales, and also have a look at the beach just around the corner called Sharkies. Right, Yakana, how are you? Good to see you. Football, how are you? Nico, good to see everybody. So we're at Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales, and no, it's not a lake, mate, it's a river on the far north coast of New South Wales. This is Evans Head, just south of Ballina and Byron Bay, and it's a tea tree lake, so all that water is very stained from the tea tree. The temperature, Jonathan, hello football, the temperature would be 21 degrees, but the wind chill's making it about 18. It's a little bit chilly here at the moment. No, I'm Australian, mate. Not that guy. Leah, how are you? Marcos? No, I'm not going to jump. It's a bit too cold. And if you see all these rocks, just a second. All these rocks here, they're just full of oysters, and those rocks carry on down here in the water. You can see the rocks there. So it's not a very safe place to swim when you can't see what you're jumping into. We're at Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales, just south of Byron Bay and Ballina. So the tide's very low at the moment. Snow crab, yum. So the tide's very low at the moment. You can see how far the water actually runs up the bank here, and that's about the system. We'll just have a look at these rocks. You can see how much they've been weathered. It appears to be sandstone, so you can see where the water has actually lapped up and made these sandstone very smooth, and no, I can't smell the tea tree. It makes it very smooth and easily to break apart, so that's quite stunning formation in the rocks. No, it's not slippery at all, it's very grippy. You can see all the moss on there. that'll all be wet at high tide. But no, not slippery at all. But if you see me fall, I spoke too soon. So across the river, all those Norfolk pines there, that's the start of the caravan park, and that caravan park runs all the way through the township of Evans Head. Very popular with the families over the school holidays, and when the tide's in here, this water is just crystal clear and it will be full of families out here. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but just in there there's a big bank, so the kids are out there playing all the time, having a great time, and quite often you see dolphins coming up and down this river system. Just across there, I'll zoom in for you, there's a lot of pelicans. Spot in Northern California there. We've got pelicans straight across there, and ray gun there. There's very cool here. I'll just zoom back out, guys, give you guys the big wide shot. There we go. So it looks like the tide's just starting to move in now. It's just starting to cover these rocks. Oops, nearly stood on one. And you can see that must be a constant water flow from up on the mountain there, or up on the hill. And then look how much that's eroded. When we get outside, Leah, I'll show you the bay. So when I got down here today, I was a bit disappointed. The headland here faces on a different angle. So I'm looking basically to the west at the moment. So the waves are going straight past us. Oh, I forgot to show you. They're mangroves. They're all the mangrove trees. That's what holds the whole bank together. Yeah, Outback Steakhouse. Yes, the kids love to play there. So Leah, have you got does it look like this up in Northern California where you're from? Is it a very big coastal town? And very popular with the kids. So let's just, yes it is. So here's some rocks, more rocks we got to climb over. You can see all the oysters on the rocks. If you get cut by the oysters, they've got a poison in them, so you will have an infection very quickly. So we'll walk back over. Thank you, view. So we'll walk back over, you can see the stain in the water, and that's all that stain there, that's from the tea tree, which is just up the river system. So we're coming out, you can see the waves breaking in the middle of the bar. The waves usually don't break there, so that's how much swell's coming in, but it's still moving straight past where we are. So you can see how far the tide goes up. That's about 30-40 metres up to there. No, it doesn't bother the fish at all. The kids are catching bream, flathead and whiting in here all the time. So I was saying it's a caravan park, so all that over there is caravan park as well. And you've got a skate park over there for the kids. And we'll actually see some clear water coming in here shortly. So yeah, the tide is coming in very fast. I walked actually straight through there before, and now it's about a foot underwater. But you can see the trees right down to, I'll zoom out, the trees right down to the waterline. So all those trees will have adapted to sucking in salt water, and it doesn't bother them. That would have happened. Hello Janet, how are you? Good to see you again. It's good to see everybody here participating. Thank you for joining me today If you don't know where we are, we're at Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales, just south of Byron Bay and Ballina. It's a coastal town that only has a very small population, but the population are probably more than double in the school holidays, especially over Christmas, when that whole caravan park, which runs right through the town. Hey Cliff, how are you? When the whole town, when the caravan park is just full of holiday makers and kids here having a good time. It's also, when there's not a big swell running, it's an easy bar to get out of. So all the people also bring their boats down. They have all their kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, got everything here. Oh, that's no good. I bought a sup. Very good, Cliff. When are you home? And have you seen the super bank? It is breaking from Snapper all the way through nearly the Kirra Big Groin now. So back to the story. So these rocks here, that's how fast the water's moving in. So I walked straight across those before. Beautiful spot here. Very quiet. Even really in summertime when there's people in the caravan park, most of the kids, they'll just play around here and then you can go find a surf spot. So there's a surf spot on the other side of this hill. That's called Chinaman's. Beautiful out there, and it's also got a headland out there called Goanna Headland. I forget the Aboriginal name, but it's has great significance to the local Aboriginal and the Bundjalung that live around this area. Let's make it through here. I went up there. I thought I might be able to live stream from over there, but there was no internet, so I had to come back to here. So you can see how much these rocks are being eroded by the water. And here we are, that's looking out. Hello human, how are you? Good to see. And you're home, Cliff, good to see. Thank you human, that's very good. I was just saying I was trying to live from Goanna Headland, but there's no internet over there, so I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's looking out the mouth. Price, how are you? Oh, these rocks, you got to be really careful. If you get cut by these oysters, you have an infection coming on because they have a poison on the outside of their shell. So that's Wellington, how are you? You'll have to speak English, mate. I don't understand what that just said. That's good, human. It's a win-win for everybody. You can, have you ever watched Joe Rogan? You can be Jamie. You can do all my internet, all my computer work. Poison what? I don't know, but I don't know what the poison is. I just know if you get cut by these, you basically have to go home and scrub it out with peroxide. That's to try and get the beautiful here. That's to try and get the poison out of you. So lovely view out here. That's the well, have to be the east wall of the Evans River, and that would be the west wall because we face at a different angle here. That's basically north out that way, running up the coast to Ballina and Byron Bay. Down here. I just scrambled down through the trees before, and then I come to here, and now I find there's a set of steps, and that sucks. But look how much this sandstone's been eroded. Just constant over the years. No, sorry about that, running man. If you watch for long enough, you'll eventually understand what I'm saying. But you can see the swell there. So that is missing in here, but there is some waves wrapping around. Thank you, human. Keep on it, mate. So I can't tell you exactly where these rocks come to make this groin, but when we come up here, it looks like it has been a quarry here. So maybe it was a very short way to get them here. So it looks like that's all been cut away. Alright, so now we are at a spot, and everybody will love this. This place is called Sharky's. And I don't know why they call it Sharky's. Shark Bay, Evans Head. So, as you've heard from all my lives, the water will try to return to sea along a structure, and you can see the structure here. I can, if I walk on the road, but that might be a bit boring for everybody. But yes, you can walk around here everywhere. So there's actually quite a few people out there surfing. 1, 2, 3. 3. I thought there was more. Maybe one of them was a shark. But like I was saying, so the water will return via a structure, and you can see the rip running straight out beside that wall there. So as a surfer, that's where you jump in if you want to make your way out there quickly. So some fun little waves there. The wind's blowing straight over the top here. So nice little waves. Water's always dirty out there. My mate lives down here, and he had a run-in with a bull shark the other day. People were screaming at him at the beach, and he turned around and the bull shark was coming straight at him. So he wasn't very happy about that. Got to shore as quickly as he could. And when you go to catch a wave, when there's a shark following you, you miss the wave, and then you're just sort of stuck there in no man's land. And you're in too close to get the next one, but it's going to break on you and give you a flogging, and hopefully you can hold your board and not lose your board and be floundering in the impact zone with where you know there's a shark hanging around. So how's that for a beautiful... I'll just pan around. Yes, very scary. Do you have sharks over your way, Leah? So that's... it is human. Thank you very much. Did you chat GPT that? I found that one out this morning as well. So we'll head right out there, and we'll look back along these little... Oh, you're in Texas now. Down with Joe Rogan. No sharks. So that's the west wall of the the Evans Head River. You can see, I'll just zoom in underneath that bottom one. That's the surf club straight underneath that Norfolk pine right in the very centre. So that's the surf club, and the surf club sets up on the beach just here, and they put a drone in the air as well on school holidays and when there's a patrol on the beach. So that, I'll just zoom out a little bit, that drone from where it flies can fly over just here the sharkies, and then just watch around the point for any sharks coming around the corner or any nasties coming straight out of the river system here. So that tree there, it's called a she oak. That's the one that the black cockatoos love eating. So it hasn't got any nuts at the moment. So no nuts. So there won't be any black cockatoos feeding on that at the moment. Now, if you can see, where are we looking? Can you see that thing, that pole sitting straight in the middle of the screen, just behind that wave that just broke? That is when they catch a shark around here, they tag the shark and release it. And every time that shark or a shark that is tagged comes within a couple of 100 meters of the of that buoy out there, or buoy, it'll ping. And if you have the dorsal app or the Shark Smart app, every time a shark goes past one of those buoys, and they're all up the east coast of New South Wales. So on mine, it just I can just set it for far north coast, and it just pings every time a shark comes in close proximity. I actually had to take it off my phone because there's one bull shark that used to be in the Ballina or the Richmond River, and it must have just went circles around the buoy all the time. It was just pinging constantly all night, and my wife was just screaming at me, just shut that thing up. But again, there's people that surf in the Richmond River. There's people that foil in the Richmond River. There's kids that swim. There's people that swim there every day, and it doesn't affect anybody. Yeah, the water's a little bit dirty here, but it is beautiful. You can see out the back there, there's some more coves out there. You can walk just up the top there. That building up there is Marine Rescue. So you can actually drive up there. I was going to take you up there, but that'll have to be a drive. Data Russia Shorts. We are in Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales. So you can go up the top near that building up there, and then you can walk right down into those little bays that are around the corner. And when the swell's smaller, you can even take your boat in there and just moor it off the beach and swim in. It's just beautiful. So you can tell there is a lot of swell still down here. Look at that set coming through. So it's quite big. And when you see people duck diving it, you can actually tell how big the waves are. Yes, Human, thank you. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm David from Coastal Adventures, and I do 3 to 4 live streams every week. And I'm on holidays at the moment, so I'm doing one a day. Oh, that's a bit glary. Sorry about that. I'll turn you back around. How safe is the shore? If you understand the ocean, very safe. But as I've told you before, you can see the water, all that there, that is just ripping out beside a structure. And that's where kids get caught in there. Let's just start at the very beginning. You can see all that water. That is just running straight through there. Running out. Now, as a surfer or somebody that wants to swim out there, we hop into that because it's going to just give you an elevator or an escalator trip straight out past there, and then when you get out the end, you just paddle around. Once it gets into the deep water, it stops. So if you ever get caught in one of those, just sit in it. It'll eventually let go of you, and then just tread water, dog paddle, just try and raise the alarm, and someone will come and save you very shortly. you can see over here. So that's right where the rip is on the other side, and that's called an angel ring. And if you see somebody caught in the rip, you just throw that angel ring to them. They can float on it. They put their body through it, put their arms over it, and they can float indefinitely until we can get somebody out there to save them. Linda, we're in Evans Head, far north coast of New South Wales, Australia. And just up here is another angel ring. I just let these people go past. But look at those bays around there. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Yes, Leah, it is understanding the ocean, and it's from a lifetime of being in it. I joined Nippers I was 5, in the under 6s. So I've done over 50 years in the ocean. I've been in some very big swells over in Indonesia. Been around the 20-25 foot mark. So the ocean doesn't scare me. Doesn't worry me. Well, you always got to be respective of the ocean. You don't go out there when you think the ocean is beyond your capability. But other times, you're fine. Look at those waves there. Some fun little waves. Let's look out to right out to the headland. Beautiful. Welcome back to everybody that joined me yesterday and is part of my community. Sorry about that. Welcome to all the new people today. Yesterday, had the best day ever. We had 26,000 views yesterday. So thank you very much, everybody. And we had 87 new subscribers. So anybody that's new today, if you're liking what you're seeing, please consider subscribing and you'll be notified every time I do a live. So I do lives. At the moment, I'm on holidays, one every day at around this time. At between 12:30 and 1, I'll start. And so that's 7 a week I'm doing. And then we'll do this wave. And then when I go back to work, I'll be doing 3 to 4. So I'll be doing a lot of... Hello, Lily, how are you? I'll be doing a lot of live streams because I really enjoy doing this. And my wife cannot believe that I can talk for 2 hours straight. At home, she can't get a word out of me, especially if I'm watching TV. Where are you from, Lily? If you don't mind me asking. So that guy's going in now. So that is probably the worst feeling when you're out there surfing. There was 3 guys in the water, and now that guy's sitting out there by himself. So if a shark does come through... Hey Ram, how are you? Good to see you. Washington State. Ah, beautiful. So you got a little bit of the influence of that tsunami that came through. So what I was saying, if you're the only person out in the water and everybody's gone in and left you, if a shark comes around the corner, it's 100% chance it's going to have a go at you if it's going to go at anybody. So that's why it's always good to surf with somebody and make it 50-50 or 33%. Or go out there with a kid that you can paddle faster than. I'll just zoom out a bit. I was actually sitting out at Fingal one day, and there was a young kid sitting beside me. And I said to him, mate, I'm not meaning to scare you, but there's a shark coming straight at us. Don't move. And we were just watching the shark. It was just a little whaler. And it was just, the whalers swim really erratically. And he was just going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way through underneath us, and then kept going. And I turned around and looked for the kid. I told him not to panic and not to move. And he was halfway to shore, and he had a bow wave coming off the front of his board, and he was kicking. There was whitewash coming everywhere. He was very, very scared. Hello, Drew. I love your dolphins, mate. Thank you very much. So that's the other angel ring. Where Where are we? That's the angel ring there. You see them on ships. So if somebody gets caught in that rip, let's have a look at that rip again. You can see straight down there how fast that water is actually running out. Let's just look down this rock a bit. Look at that. All that is water returning. So it's nothing to be scared of. You just sit in it and it'll just take you out. Do not try and climb up the rocks. That's the worst thing you can do because you will cut yourself to pieces or you'll fall and knock yourself unconscious. And once you're unconscious, you'll take one breath and next thing you're drowned. Your epiglottis shuts off and then you can't get another breath. So, oh, he's come in. Is that the guy? So there, that's the last guy there. He's just come in. Where is he? There. He's saying, I'm not sitting out there by myself. So everybody's just come out of the water here at Sharky's. But just look at that. What a beautiful view. Helen, how are you? Good to see you again. Good to see everybody again. Thank you for supporting this channel, everybody. I was just saying yesterday, I had my best day ever. We had, 26,000 views and 87 new subscribers. So thank you, everybody. Said hi, how are you? So if you're not subscribed and you're liking what you're seeing, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel out. I'm really trying to make this a community on my YouTube homepage. I've got a community page going now, so if anyone's interested, it'll tell you where I'm going to do my next live from, and I'll try and keep everybody informed and make it a fun little community where we check out as much of the, I'm not sure, is Castaway the one with, not Tom Cruise, the one that was also in Sully. Tsunami. Okay, so if we look straight out here, right at the very end there, you might be able to see a headland. That's Byron Bay, and then the next one will be Ballina. It might be a bit hard to see. But, oh, look at those waves. Of any surface here, look at that right hander just peeling off the point there. And not a person in the water. So some really nice waves there. And you can see there's a little bit of force because the waves are splashing up the headland. Yes, Tanya, there are sharks here. This is actually called Shark Bay, or Sharkies to the locals. Guilds, how are you? Welcome, Canada. Does this look a little bit like your coastline where you're from? Are you from around BC? But we'll just look back in towards, oh, that's Marine Rescue up there. You can actually drive up there and park and you get a full overview of this whole township. So, a little bit of trivia. Oh, this guy must be fishing for shark. Look at the size of the bait he's using. He's got like half a fish on there. So yes, I'd say he is fishing for a shark. A little bit of trivia. This was a Air Force base here just behind Evans Head in World War II. And there's now an Air Force museum down there. Ouch. Human, what other trivia can you give us? So that's looking up the river again. Ram, we get bream, flathead, whiting. You might get some tailor off the beaches. And like I said, this guy here is actually fishing for shark with the size of that bait he just threw in. the people that missed this last one, if we look straight out there, okay, I can't see it, but there it is, right in the middle of your screen. There is a buoy sticking out of the water. So when the sharks get caught here, they get tagged. I'll just zoom out. Yes, surfing area here, Guilds. When the sharks get caught here, they get tagged and released. And then every time the shark swims past one of those buoys, it activates, it sends out a ping, and then that, if you have the dorsal or the Shark Smart app on your phone, you'll get a notification every time a shark is spotted or pings off that. And that's if the shark swims within a couple of 100 metres of that buoy. And they're all the way up the far north coast, or all the way up New South Wales coast. And I had it on my phone, and I had to actually take it off my phone because... Paul, how are you? Yes, it is beautiful views. We're at Evans Head. I had to take it off my phone because the phone would just not stop pinging. There was a shark in the Richmond River at Ballina, and Jesus Christ, you saw a shark. Yes, my friend lives down here, and he was out surfing the other day, and everybody was actually screaming at him to come in. There was a bull shark coming straight at him, and he actually said the bull shark got really close to him. Yes, Leah, Shark Tracker. The bull shark was actually coming at him, but he said the shark turned away. Now he wears shark repellent bracelets on both ankles, so he's not sure whether that scared the shark or that shark just turned away by itself. But he said he's buying one for his wrist now. He's getting for his whole body. A lot of surfers around here now are getting big eyes put on the bottom of their surfboards to try and make the shark think there's something bigger. No, if they're untagged, they've got to have something. They put a tag in their dorsal, and when they come close to the within a couple of 100 metres of that buoy, then it activates. But if they're not tagged, you wouldn't know. So it's good to see you again, Paul. Thank you for joining. Nice analogy, 24. Hello and welcome everybody to the live stream today. We are at Evans Head on the far north coast of New South Wales, and if you look on Google Maps, we are just south of Byron Bay and Ballina. So it will go Byron, Lennox, Ballina, and then Evans Head, and then the one after Evans Head will be Yamba. I'm going to try and get down to Yamba on the weekend, but I think it's going to rain. So I have about an hour and a half of humpback footage that I shot with my new drone. So I'm thinking of making that into a live. I'm going to do it like a video, and then I'll talk over it and make that into a live stream. So if anyone thinks they'd be interested in watching that, just give me a thumbs up or something and just say that's a good idea. But I have some great footage. I've got the new Mavic 4, and with the new 168mm lens, you can be 100 metres away and zoom in. It looks like you're right on top of them. Thank you, Tanya. That sounds good. Human, thank you. Yeah, and then, yeah, I've got a mother with a baby. So I've got some fantastic footage I got just a couple of weeks ago out at Hastings Point. All right, I'll do that when I get home tonight. There goes a surfer all by herself. Guts effort, heading out to Sharkies by yourself, not another person in the water. Hi Ross, H Ross, great. All right, I'll do that. And then I've got so much drone footage that I've just made into little movies. Oh, also, if you're interested, guys, I was just down at Broom's Head last week with my daughter, and I've just dropped a YouTube movie on Broom's Head, so it's only 3.5 minutes long, and it's got some fantastic footage, and the music, I'm just very excited about the music. So if you're keen, just have a look at that. It's under the same name, so it'll be under Coastal Adventures. And there's another one called Harrington. Harrington is where I'll be next week. My brother and sister are coming up, and we are going down to Harrington, where my dad's from. Hello, nice analogy from NYC. Thank you, human. Yes, like and subscribe, guys. Please help my channel out. Yesterday I had a great day. I was just saying before, over 26,000 views. I think it was 26,366 and 87 new subscribers. So what a fantastic day. This community is just getting better and better, and I'd just like to thank everybody. So let's just go for a walk. I'll go down onto the beach. So I'm going to walk down the beach here, and we'll go and have a look. There goes another person out, so to keep her a little bit protected. Oh, thank you, B Guilds. Thank you for subscribing, and good night. You must be on the east coast in America, are you? I'll give you a wide angle, just a second. There we go. So that's looking across the whole headland, any surface. Look at these right-handers coming across. Just a beautiful, beautiful day down here. And I actually thought it was going to rain, because if I just turn around, guys, all that cloud there must be over Byron Bay, because from where I was on at Tweed Heads, it looked like it was down here. So I've driven through that, and I've just popped out the other side, and it's just fantastic here. So let's just walk down here. So they really make the breakwalls look nice here. Remember the one yesterday at D-Bar that had nice bitumen? This is nicely concreted. The other side as well, over there, that's all concreted as well. We've got the tide coming in pretty quick at the moment. Still no fresh water, it's all tea tree down there, so we just wait a little bit longer. Hey Mel Brooks, how are you? MBOB. So you can see he must have turned, but the cars just run up there, and then you can go all the way to the top, and that's Marine Rescue up there. So they sit there 24/7 and then just monitor the people going in and out of the bar here. And they can also just say there's a job on at Byron Bay and they're busy. They can take all the calls and assist. So these are all the way along. There's one here, there's one at Ballina, there's one at Byron Bay, one at, what's it called? Brunswick Heads, and there's one at Tweed that I know of. I'll just zoom out again, guys. Oh, how are you, Walter? How high the Brazil? We're in Australia, mate, on the far north coast of New South Wales, just south of Byron Bay and Ballina. So down this way, the snakes they get down here are called tiger snakes. I think they're in the top 5 deadliest snake in the world, and They're called tiger snakes because they have like tiger stripes across them. Beautiful looking snake, and they love being up on those sandstone rocks because they just keep all the warmth and make it very enjoyable. And once they're warm, then they become active. So it's just starting to warm up here now. So we just have to start being careful now because the sharks will be coming out of hibernation and they will be hungry. So watch out, all the mice and rats. You're about to get bitten. So here we are on the beach. You can see all the antennas up there of the marine rescue. Let's go and have a look at the rip from down low. So those guys have just gone out the back there. That girl's on the mow. She's straight out the front there. And she's... yes, we do have a lot of anti-venom. Any snake bite, they act as though it's a brown snake, so they go for the deadliest snake first. So the brown snake's is, I think, the second deadliest, and the inland taipan is the deadliest snake in the world. I think you might be able to help me there, human, but I think they kill like one drop of that venom, or one bite of that venom is enough to kill like 10,000 rats. Hello, Auto and USA, how are you? Paul loves snakes. Yeah, I don't know if I love them. We tolerate them. The brown snakes are actually very aggressive. If they lock onto you, they'll actually chase you. So rather aggressive snake. So there's that rip running out beside that solid structure. Whoops, where's my finger? So it runs out close to there. And all that water that comes in the middle of the beach has to return. So that all just runs along the shore from right to left, hits the solid structure, and then heads out to sea. No, Leah? When I go out to my favourite spots out in the rainforest, we get a lot of red-belly blacks out there. So you see them just hiding under rocks, and they are trying to keep out of your way, so don't bother them. They won't bother you. Oh, he keeps us tied in very quickly. So I think maybe to build that breakwall, they might have got thank you, human. You are my Jamie to Joe Rogan. You have all the information. Thank you. Couldn't do this without you, moderators. You do a great job. You should be a school teacher, then you can go to school and tell everybody in geography class all about Australia after every one of my live streams. So, I don't know what sort of rock this is. It looks very sandstony, but it looks, it might be sandstone, but it looks harder than sandstone. But you can see all the weathering on it. You can see the layering. Look at the layering in that. There's no, not that I know of, there's no gold around here. All the gold was down around Victoria, around Ballarat, where the rivers met, and then when the rivers came into like a tidal pool or like a big pool, that's where the heavier gold would just sink to the bottom and let everything else just flow by. So that's when we had all the gold rushes in the 1800s, was around that area. And I think there might have even been some around the back of New South Wales, around Armidale. I think there was a couple of outlaws out there. Oh, that's no good, Paul. I hope you kept the dog away, because usually they want to burr up and have a go at the snake, which is when you try and pull the dog away and then you get bitten and the dog escapes. Yes, thank you, Human. Thank you, everybody, for joining in this this live stream today. Fantastic to see you all. Yes, it was good, Leah. Just letting everyone know that's new to the channel that I do at the moment. I'm on holiday, so I'm doing one live stream every day at around 12:30 to 1 o'clock East Coast of Australia time. And when I go back to work, I then will be doing 3 to 4. So if you're liking what you're seeing, please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I put out a new live stream. I'm just going to move back up here comes a big surge. I'm about to get wet here very quickly. There we go. There's the tidal surge coming in. So I'll just wait for that to drain out a bit. There we go. And I'll move up a bit higher. I got my car keys in my pocket. And since they're not keys anymore, but an electronic device, you can't afford to get those bad boys wet. Someone here running their staffy on the beach, he's having a great time. So for the people that are new, I'll just take you back up on the rock wall. How long? 52 minutes. Beautiful. Got heaps of time. I'll take you back up on the rock wall and I'll give you a quick rundown of the Evans Head community. So, very small township here. There's a airport here, and that used to be in the Second World War, where there was an Air Force base to protect the east coast of Australia. Also, Evans Head, just a second, I'll get up these rocks. Evans Head is a bombing range for the Air Force. So, 2 seconds. So this beach on the other side here is called Air Force Beach. And we have F-18s and F-35s from Amberley and Williamtown. So Amberley's just west of Brisbane and Williamtown's at Newcastle. And the planes come in here. They circle. I'll zoom right out and show you. They circle over the township. They go right out to sea, right around, and then they come in on a bombing run across Chinaman's Beach and come straight down and drop non-explosive ordnance. Thank you very much, Ruben. That's exactly right. Oh yeah, but when the bombing range is active, it's unbelievable. You'll just be sitting here and there'll just be fighter jet after fighter jet just screaming around the skies here. But I think we just had big war games on up in North Queensland, so maybe they're trying to save a bit of money now because the planes would have done a little bit of flying. So that's Air Force Beach there, and that runs all the way up, nearly all the way to Ballina, I'd say. I think that's the next township here. So we're back up on the wall again. There's an eagle. It's just gone down behind a tree. Shadow, no. We are in Australia. So the far north coast of New South Wales, Evans Head. So we are just south of Byron Bay and Ballina. If you look on Google Maps, ouch, you'll see where we are. Some good surfer out there. Let me just zoom in. No, I did fly for the Air Force. I was an instrument fitter. So I started my trade as an instrument fitter back in 1981 in the Air Force. I finished in grade 10. So when you could finish in grade 10 and go and get a trade, but to be a pilot you had to go through the grade 12 and then you had to do uni. No, so I never flew, but when I started the trade, the bosses said if I keep up those grades, I'd have the option to become a pilot. But I left here to go down to Wagga Wagga, which is just behind Canberra. It's either freezing cold or boiling hot. And so I wasn't very keen, so I got out of there and came home and finished my trade at Currumbin, where I grew up. So just let me know, I can jump in my car and I can drive around and go up the top there to the Marine Rescue. So would anybody like to come for a 3-minute drive and then we can have a look from up the top? Surabaya, hello, how are you? Just let me know, otherwise I can just stay here. We might go back down on the rocks. So you might just go back down here. You can see how far the tides come in. Yes, let's go. All right. So I'll just zoom out a little bit, or I'll zoom in and show you how far that tide's come in. So you can see that ripple there right in, where's my finger? Just there in the middle. That's where I was walking before, so that's how far the tide's come in already. Good to see Surabaya. I hope that's how you say your name. I'm not trying to be rude. So I'm just going to walk back to my car then, and then we'll go for a drive up the top. It's quite a nice little drive. It's only about 1 kilometre, so it won't take me too long. So here's some more she oaks on the side. These are the trees that the black cockatoos love eating. They've got nuts on there. So when they're in flower, you have the black cockatoos, they come in. That's not a bad view, is it? So you've got nice trees in the foreground, looking out to the Evans Head River and across to the other side where the caravan park is. Hello Vicky, how are you? So she oak. Then you've got your pandanus trees. Can't see any nuts on them. That's how the Aboriginals used to make bread, with the breadfruit nuts. So I'll just keep you on the river. Thank you, Paul. A little black and white bird was a willy wagtail, if you saw him. Seagull. Look at that. So look down the steps. Nice. And that's looking across to Air Force Beach. So let's keep going up and we will go and have a look up at the Marine Rescue. Seagulls. Annoying birds, especially when you're trying to have your lunch. On the GPS on your car, there's actually one, if you've got the guy talking Aussie, and he goes, Lock your door, grab your thongs, and don't let the seagull eat your chips when you've reached your destination. So there you go. Between 79 and 93, 10 Evans Head ladies swam daily at Shark Bay for recreation and enjoyment. The surfing grannies attracted national attention. Many travelled to Evans Head to meet them. So you got all the ladies there. So yep. So what's that? 79, 80, 13, 14 years they were swimming every day at Sharkies. And none of them got taken, so there's no need to panic. All right, I'm at my car. And we just got to go 1 kilometre and we'll be at the top. So I'll keep the live going. You can have a look. Hope there's no police around. They say I'm holding my phone, but I'm not holding my phone. Okay. Okay, stand by everybody. Just going up the hill and then we'll turn. Speed bump. We'll turn here and then it's just a couple of 100 metres up the road. And I'd walk it, but there's no footpath, so you're actually walking in the middle of the road, which is quite dangerous. Some nice houses up here. Oh, there is a footpath. I apologise. Now I'm just being lazy, aren't I? So you can see the houses up here. They've got nice views. And here we are. So this is the Razorback Lookout and Marine Rescue. And there's a parking spot for you, beauty. Oh, we're here. Okay, that wasn't too far. Thank you to everybody that hung around. So here we are on the top. Thank you for keeping everybody entertained while I was gone. So there's those people surfing out at Sharkies where we just were. There's two guys just there. Look at that wave. Who's into it? Always looks better from up high. Let's keep it going around a little bit. Actually see if we can see any humpbacks out here. So that's the Marine Rescue down there. And here we are at the top at the lookout. And there we go. Hi Croc, how are you, Croc Rum? Okay, so that's where we just were. That's the east wall, that's the west wall, that's the Evans River. You can see how much whitewash is down there in all that glare. There's the surfers. I'll zoom in on the surfers. Oh no, that's Air Force Beach. And Air Force Beach runs all the way around to Ballina. And I don't know if you can see that. No, can't see it in the shot. But there's the guys out surfing, having a good time. If we just zoom around a bit, guys. So that flat area just there, that's the that was the Air Force Base, and now it's a museum. It's actually got an F-111 in there. The F-111 was a bomber from the Vietnam War time, and actually a guy that lived 2 doors down from us at Currumbin, he was a group commander in the Air Force, and he was one of the persons that, or one of the pilots that flew the F-111s into Australia. So let's just go for a walk around the headland and you'll be able to see where I was showing you before. So this is, again, Aboriginal land, Bundjalung. So you can see nothing's been touched around here. It's as if nobody's ever been here except the initial inhabitants, what they call it, the Bundjalung. So there's the little bays I was showing you. There, look at that, and an eagle, a white-bellied sea eagle, just flying through there. Let's see if we can find him. There he is, diving. Where'd you go? But there's the bays I was showing you from down the bottom before. So I think there are tracks down there if you walk around. You have to be careful of snakes for sure. There's the eagle. Where are you? There. There's the eagle just soaring on the thermals. Geez, he moves quick. There. I'll let him go and we'll just look back down. So there's walking tracks in there, but most people get there by boat and just anchor offshore and swim in. But if you see right in the middle there are some steps down, so that's how you get down there if you do the walk in, and there's someone sitting at the bottom of the steps. And just around the corner to the right of where we're looking, and that's where the Air Force jets come through and do their bombing run. So the bombing run, I'll just zoom out and show you. So the jets will come around here from left to right and then just do a bombing run straight down the back of those houses, and that's all owned by the Australian government, and nobody's allowed in there, and they drop non-explosive ordnance in there, so they actually are dropping bombs in there, but they're not going to explode. They're just dummies with no detonating head. Oh, let's try and get a view. There we go. Stand by, I'll come back around, guys. There. So beautiful little view down there. Thank you, Paul. Glad someone's enjoying it. Everybody, just if you're liking what you're watching, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps my channel. And the more everybody chats on here, the more YouTube picks it up and sends it out to more people. So let's keep the chat going. Oh look, there's where is it? Out in the middle there, there's another cruise ship right on the horizon. So it's just, I can't see, maybe you can see on your screens, but it's, oh, there it is, right in the middle now on the horizon. Another cruise ship. Another group of people copping a buffering from the big swell, the big low pressure we've just had. So let's walk around a little bit further, and there's a nice little slopey park here. My wife and I came down here the other day for a picnic. It was quite nice. And you can see the way the coastal trees grow. You can see they all grow on an angle, and they just taper up the hill, and so that lets the wind blow over the hill, notice that not one tree sticks out higher than the others, and so we've got a lot of erosion on the beaches at the moment, so all the front trees are falling down, and then what's happening is all the trees that were higher than it behind are now copping the full force of the wind, and they're starting to die because they haven't been affected by the wind like that before. 61 likes, guys, thank you very much. If you're enjoying it, please double tap your screen, consider subscribing. I do at least 3 to 4 live streams every week, and I do, at the moment I'm on holiday, so I'm doing 1 a day. I'm doing 7 a week, but a beautiful spot. Don't forget, I just dropped a video, it goes for about 3.5 minutes, on my trip to Broom's Head I did the other day with my daughter. I got some fantastic footage in there. I've got kangaroos, eagles, shellfish birds. So yeah, have a look at that. It's only 3.5 minutes, and the music, I reckon, is just fantastic. So please have a look at that. It's on Coastal Adventures. If you go to the homepage, go to videos, you'll see it. So yes, another beautiful spot here today. Well guys, that's 71 minutes. Thank you for joining me. I'll give you a couple of minutes to say goodbye or anything else you want to ask me before I sign off. So I'll sign off in 5 minutes, but thank you again everybody for joining me. I really enjoy making these, and I think tomorrow I might go up around Kira because the surf's still good at Kira. So if anyone's interested in looking at Kira and all the surfers out, and then I'll show you the beautiful Kira Point all the way along Coolangatta, around the Green Mountain and Snapper. So that'll be another one I'll do tomorrow. Oh, everybody's just joined again. I might keep going a little bit longer then, guys. But this is a big set come through now. So, and I'm going to do a live stream on all the whale footage I just shot a couple of weeks ago of the humpback whales migrating north. So I've got some fantastic shots of the humpbacks. We've got one mother and baby. They were having a little play in the warm water of Hastings Point. There we go. I've got, look like 2 males. They had their, oh, look at the size of that ant just landed on me. Get off. I'm out of here. We had 2 males. They had their flukes tucked right back, and they were going so fast that I could hardly keep up with my drone or stay in front of them. They were moving that fast. So it just shows you how fast they can move. So they were moving probably 30, 40 kilometres an hour once they were fully streamlined. So that's up to the top of the hill, and then you can see the angle of all those trees. So the trees all go up in that angle, and then right on the road line, you can see they just drop straight down. So you can see they're actually quite high trees. They're probably about 8 to 10 metres high, but they all go straight down, and none of them stick out higher than the others. That way they don't get battered by the wind. The wind just slowly goes up them and doesn't affect them. Although there is, make me look stupid, one pandana sticking up all by itself. Look at that. Well guys, again, thank you for watching. I do, at the moment I'm doing 7 live streams every week, 1 every day. And I start about 12:30, between 12:30 and 1 o'clock every day. East Coast of Australia time. nice views. And that beach over there is running all the way up to Ballina. I'll just zoom in for you. So that's Ballina all the way up there. That's about 50-60 kilometres. And if we turn around a little bit, that smoke coming up there right in the middle of your screen, that's the sugar refinery. So that turns sugar cane, goes through the process into molasses, and then eventually turns it into sugar. All right, guys, thank you again for your time, and I will see you between 12:30 and 1 tomorrow. See you.